everyone. This is a lesson on how we prove identities, but this is a particularly grade 12 lesson. So in this lesson we are dealing with compound angles. When you look at this identity that they say we must prove is cos 45 plus x and cos 45 minus x is equals to half cos 2x. Now, and then it has two questions. The next question says, hence, determine the value of cos 22,5 cos 67.5 without the use of a calculator. In maths, when you get this question that says hence, they're actually saying use the answer that you got in the first question or in the above question. Okay, let's see how we do this one. Okay, when we're dealing with compound angles, we have the left hand side and the right hand side. So we're gonna take one and write it. So this one looks complicated. We're gonna take the left hand side. So we're gonna say left hand side is equals to, and write the left hand side as it is. In this question, it is compound angles. So it's 45 plus x and cos 45 minus x. It's important to write the left hand angle so that when you're solving it, you don't take things to the other side. Because it's a compound angle, we'll take your formula sheet and see how the compound angle they wrote in the formula sheet. It's when it's cos sine. So it will be cos equals to cos 45 cos x. Then it's minus because cos changes the sign. Then it's sine 45 sine x. This is for the first compound angle, so we're going to put brackets around it. Then for the next one, it's cos again, cos 45 cos x, and then now it changes the sign. Because it's minus, it's going to be plus sine 45 sine x. Now, when you look at these two brackets, you have a term minus another term. When you look at this second bracket, this first term, cos 45 cos x, is exactly the same, cos 45 cos x, and we have a minus between them. And then we have sine 45 sine x, sine 45 sine x. So these two brackets are actually difference of two squares. So with difference of two squares, we could write, we could factorize them. So we're going to factorize them. And then remember from grade 9, how you did the difference of two squares. We're actually going to have cos squared 45 cos squared x minus sine squared 45 sine squared x. Let me remind you a bit about the when we have this. Do you remember what we did? It will be this times that, it will be a squared, and then that will be minus. The middle term will cancel out because of this sign. That's how you do the difference of two squares. This is what we did here. So this is our first one. This why it's squared. You see, square it, change the sign. Then the second one, the sign is negative between the difference of two squares. So this is what we are doing here with these trig ratios. Now 45 is a special angle. So when it's a special angle, you can write it as a number. But this 45, I didn't write the difference. The 45, the ratio is squared. So the answer that you're gonna get here is squared. So cos 45, when you punch it in your calculator, you're gonna get root 2 over 2. But you remember in the question paper they say do not use a calculator. So when you get root 2 over 2, you actually write it as 1 over root 2. But because it's squared, the ratio was squared, you square that. And then cos 2x minus sine 45 is also 1 over root 2. Then you're going to square it because the ratio was squared. And then sine squared x. Now this will be 1 over 2. Square root of 1 times 1 is 1. Square root times square root is 2. Cos 2x minus 1 over 2 sine 2x. Okay, when you look at these two, you take out a common factor of 1 over 2. Then you have cos 2x minus sine 2x. Right? Take your formula sheet again. This is a double angle. It's a cos double angle. With cos, you have 3 double angles. This is one of them. So this will be cos 2x. This is a double angle. So when you look at your identity, you actually got the identity. You have proven the identity. Okay, let's do the second part. We're doing the second part, number 2. The question says, hence determine the value of cos 22. When they say hence, they say use the answer that you have done before. So I have cos 22,5 and cos 67,5. Now cos 22,5 and cos 67,5. They say I must use the information that I used here. So it means I must have a 45 somewhere. Then you take your calculator, you check if you have, if I can say 45 minus 22.5. Okay, so you're gonna have cos 45 minus 22.5. When you use your calculator, like I've just said, we say 45 minus 22.5. You actually get that 22.5 degrees. So 45 minus 22.5 is the same as 22.5 degrees. So in here, cos 45 plus 22.5 is gonna give you the 67.5. Check it, 45 plus 22.5, you get the 67.5. Now, when you look at this identity, is exactly the same as the one that we started with here. We had cos 45 plus angle, but this angle now is 22.5. And then in the next bracket, we had, the other way around. This one is this one. We had 45 plus an angle. In this one, we have cos 45 minus angle. This is what you have here. So let's put them in the same order as they are written there. So we'll have cos 45 plus, my angle is 22.5, and cos, no bracket there, 45 minus 22.5. All right, then what is this? Is the same as, you see, that's why they say hence. This is the answer that I'm gonna use here. I'm gonna have half cos 2, and my angle is 22.5. Okay, I need a square bracket here. It's half cos, what's 22.5 times 2 is actually 45. Now do you say you have a special angle? What is cos 45? This half come with that one. Cos 45, you remember with the other question we said cos 45 is the same as 1 over root 2. Then our final answer is 1 over 2 root 2. Okay, you just need to practice this kind of questions. When you practice them a lot, you get better in them. Thank you for watching. This is the end of our lesson.